Hello, Tony Gaddis here, animator and artist. So let's go over timing, okay, because it's really important in animation. So the number of drawings used in any move determines the amount of time that action will take on screen. Okay, so let's jump over to OpenTunes and we'll look at how timing plays a role in just a simple ball bouncing across the screen. Okay, so in this simple shot, we're going to have a ball come in from screen left and bounce on the ground. It's going to hit, and then roll off to the right, okay? And our final animation is on two layers. One is the actual drawings, and the one below it is the color layer, which I colored it in white. And I have spread out this one animation. I've broken it down on another column. I have just my key poses to show you how I started. And then I have a breakdown column right here. And so this is the key poses with breakdowns in between. And then we have the final over here. And I'll share this on my Google Drive if you guys want to download it and look at it, mess with it. So what we're going to do is start with the key poses. So I started with, I was just trying to tell the story, okay? So I'm going to have the ball come in, and it's going to start dropping down, and I actually drew in the stretch, like contact pose, and then the squash, and then it shooting off, because I wanted to get a good feel for how fast it shot up to this pose. I'm just trying to tell the story. Okay, so this is all on ones. This animation is playing at 24 frames a second. Okay, so if I just hit play right now, it's going to be really fast. But I'm not worried about my timing yet. I'm just trying to get my drawings in and tell the story. So it's going to hit, come up, hit, squash a little, hit, and then roll off to the end. Okay. So these are all of my key poses. And then I'll go in between each of these key poses and I'll add breakdowns, okay? So for example, on this first one, I'll hold this for 2 frames and I'll turn on onion skinning, and I'll do a drawing in between 1 and 2, okay? And so, like in this instance, I want the ball to slightly come in, like barely see it. We'll just kind of barely draw it right here. And then in between this drawing 3 and 4, I'll create a in between, a blank key, and I want to favor the ball on the left, so I'll draw right in here. And then in between these two drawings, 5 and 6, I'll create space and I'll start drawing in here, and I'm going to slightly favor this ball towards the top, okay? And we'll gradually start having more drawings as we come down, okay? And basically, what we're doing, if you look at this on a timing chart, timing spacing chart, here's the squash, we're having these drawings get closer and closer and closer. So here's half of that, here's half of that, and just the opposite when it comes up, we're going to have this drawing, and then it's going to shoot up to this one. So it'll come quick, and then it'll gradually slow in to this pose right here, okay? So it'll be half, so it's might be what the timing spacing chart looks like, okay? So after we put all those in, unlock that, unlock this one. So it's going to look something like this. So it's still on ones. I'm just trying to figure out how many drawings I'm going to have. Because if I have less drawings, it's going to tell a little bit different story, right? So let's hit play and see what it feels like. Okay, so this is more drawings added. So now I'll go in and start playing with the timing. So I'll initially maybe just time this whole thing on 2s and just see how that feels. So I'm holding every drawing that I did for 2 frames. Okay, so let's hit play. Okay, so some of it I like the timing for, and some of it I want to extend it out. So for example, the ending, I want the ball, when it hits here, I want it to roll and take longer to roll out and gradually come to a stop. So let's time these last 3 drawings on 3s and see how that feels. Okay, it's getting better. So let's try it on 4s. So I'm holding each of these last drawings on 4, okay? Okay, so that's starting to feel better. Let's try and hold this one on 4s, and this one on 4s, and this one on 4s, and just see what that feels like. Okay, I kind of like it. The actual bounce right in here takes too long. I want it to quickly do a little bounce, just a slight bounce. So I'm going to move this drawing back down to 2s. And the very last drawing, let's put it on 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See how that feels. Okay. Okay, and then like in an area right here where I want the contact and then immediately to a squash. Okay, so that's happening on frame 17. So let's hold that for 1. The squash we'll leave on 1s because I want it to quickly hit the ground and bounce off. And the takeoff, let's do that on 1s. And we'll do that here. We'll put that on 1s. This squash we'll put on 1s. The takeoff we'll put on 1s. This hit we'll do on 1s. This squash on 1s. This takeoff on 1s. Okay, and this takeoff, let's leave it on 2s and adjust our end timing and just hit play. Okay, so now we're adding texture to the timing where I haven't added or taken away any drawings. It's the same drawings, but now the animation has a completely like different feeling to it, right? It's like boing, 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 and it gives it variety. So let's try and hold, like when it's up here at the peak, let's hold those drawings a little bit longer. Okay, so like this one, it's starting to come in. Let's hold that on 3s. This one on 3s. This one on 3s. 3, 3, and then it will fall fast on 2s. This will go to 1s, and it bounces up here. So let's hold that on 3s, 3. So I'm just guessing at this point. I'm just kind of playing with my timing and seeing kind of what I feel is going to work. So let's try that on 3s at the top of this. Let's hold that one more. Hits and rolls in. Okay, let's hit play. Let's adjust our end time, our stop marker. Okay, do you feel that? It's holding it up at the top. It falls quickly, quickly springs off, holds, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so if you want to slow things down, like I feel like, you know, this bounce is too quick in here. So to slow it down, we're going to need more frames, but that's going to mean we're going to need more drawings. So on this one, like for example, I would add drawing in here between these two, and maybe it's slightly stretched out some. It comes up, and then in here, so we could turn on onion skinning and see where these drawings are. So we could do a drawing in here, and a drawing in here. And as we come out of it, we could do another drawing here, and another drawing here. Okay, so let's say I'm really happy with the way I've spaced out all my timing so far, right? So then it's just a matter of going in and adding my in-betweens. So now we're just going to go through the whole scene and add a drawing on every frame.